Quantum entanglement proof. You are already your future self. Scientific reality. Time is the most persistent illusion you will ever suffer from. You live your life assuming that time is an arrow. You believe it shoots from the past, travels through the present, and disappears into the future. You believe the past is dead, buried in memory. You believe the future has not happened yet, that it is a blank page waiting to be written. But what if I told you that everything you think you know about time is a lie? What if I told you that in the eyes of physics, the year 2030, the year 2050, and the moment of your final breath are happening right now? Albert Einstein saw this. He called it spooky action at a distance. He couldn't wrap his mind around the fact that two particles, separated by billions of light years across the universe, could communicate instantly, faster than light, faster than the speed of causality itself. If you touch one particle here, the other reacts there immediately, as if the space between them didn't exist, as if time between them didn't exist. But here is the scary part that they didn't teach you in physics class. You are made of those particles. Your brain, your heart, your consciousness, it is all constructed from this same quantum material. And quantum mechanics suggests that your consciousness is not locked in your skull. It is entangled with another version of you. A version that is already living your dream life. A version that is already healed. A version that has already found the love you are desperately searching for. Think about the last few weeks. Have you felt a sudden, unexplained anxiety? Have you experienced moments of intense déjà vu, where you felt like you had already lived a specific conversation? Have you been waking up between 3 and 4 a.m. with a buzzing energy in your body? You think these are symptoms of stress. You think you are losing your mind, but you are not. These are glitches. These are signals. This is your future self trying to make contact with you across the timeline. We are about to decode the physics of this connection. We are going to prove to you, not with magic, but with science, that you are not creating your future. You are remembering it. Before we go any further into the rabbit hole, I need you to do something for me. I need you to check your signal. Stop what you are doing. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes for just a second. Do you feel a slight pressure in the center of your chest? Do you feel a tingling sensation on your skin or a subtle ringing in your ears? That sensation is not fear. That is your nervous system recognizing a truth that your logical mind cannot yet comprehend. It is the hum of the Matrix 963. It is the sound of the connection opening up. If you are ready to stop chasing your future and start becoming it, you need to grant permission for this download. You need to tell the algorithm of the universe that you are online. Scroll down right now and declare your readiness. Write the words, "I am listening." Do not just think it, physicalize it, type it, lock your frequency in. Let the universe know you are open to the signal. Chapter 1. The Illusion of Linear Time. To understand how you can connect with a version of yourself that hasn't seemingly been born yet, we must first shatter your perception of reality. We must look at the architecture of time. Most of humanity operates on the linear time model. To the 99%, life is a sequence of events, cause and effect. You are born, you go to school, you work, you age, you die. Yesterday is gone forever. Tomorrow is a mystery. This view of time feels real because your biological brain is wired to perceive it that way. It is a survival mechanism. If you saw everything happening at once, you wouldn't be able to function in the 3D world, to hunt, to gather, or to cross the street. But linear time is a localized simulation. It is not the fundamental truth of the universe. In 1915, Einstein published the theory of general relativity, and within his equations, he discovered something that disturbed even him. He discovered the block universe. Imagine a loaf of bread, a long rectangular loaf. This loaf represents the entire history of the universe. One end of the loaf is the Big Bang. The other end is the heat death of the cosmos. Every slice of bread in the middle represents a specific moment in time. The dinosaurs are on one slice, the building of the pyramids is on another slice, your birth is on another, and the moment you become financially free, the moment you meet your soul tribe, the moment you achieve total enlightenment, that is on a slice further down the loaf. Here is the key. Just because you are currently focused on the now slice does not mean the future slice doesn't exist. The entire loaf exists simultaneously. The end of the movie is already filmed and burned onto the DVD before you even press play. In the block universe, the distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. The future you, the one who is confident, powerful, and surrounded by love, is not a potential. That version of you is not an imagination. That version of you is a physical reality, occupying a specific coordinate in the space-time continuum right now. They are breathing, their heart is beating, they are thinking thoughts, and most importantly, they are looking back at you. This is why the concept of waiting is the greatest trap of the Matrix. When you wait for something, you are affirming that it is not here. You are affirming that you are separated from it by time. You are trapping yourself in the linear illusion. But for the chosen one, for the person who understands the physics, waiting becomes obsolete. You realize that you do not have to build the future. You simply have to move your consciousness to the coordinate where it already exists. Think of your consciousness like the laser reader on a DVD player. The movie is the data on the disc. The data is permanent, but the laser decides which scene is playing on the screen. Right now, your laser is stuck on the scene called struggle. It is stuck on the scene called loneliness. And because you keep staring at the struggle, you keep vibrating at the frequency of struggle, and the laser stays locked in that groove. But the scene called abundance is just a few microns away on the disc. It is spinning right there, parallel to your pain. So the question is not, how do I create my future? The question is, how do I move the laser? This brings us to the profound realization that heals the deepest ache in the human heart, the ache of isolation. I know many of you watching this feel a profound sense of loneliness. You feel like you don't fit in this world. You look at your family, your old friends, perhaps even a partner you have been with for decades, and you feel a wall of glass between you. You feel like they are speaking a different language. You might have even lost people recently, a sudden breakup, a divorce, a friend who ghosted you, and you sit in your empty room thinking something is wrong with you. You think you are broken. But look at the block universe again. In the future coordinate, let's call it the 5D timeline, you are not alone. In that slice of the bread, you are surrounded by your soul tribe. You are with the people who recognize your light, who speak your language, who love you not for what you do, but for who you are. That reality is so real, so dense, and so heavy with existence that it has a gravitational pull. The reason you feel lonely right now is not because you are unlovable. It is because you are feeling the gravity of that future timeline pulling you towards it. The old relationships are falling away because they cannot survive the transit. They are heavy luggage that you cannot take through the portal. You are not losing people. You are shedding density. You are making space. The emptiness you feel is not a void. It is a vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum. That space is being prepared for the arrival of the new. So please, stop mourning the dead past. Stop trying to resuscitate relationships that belong to a slice of bread you have already eaten. Turn your face forward. The version of you that is happy is already alive, and if you listen closely, in the silence of the night, you can hear them calling you. But how do we answer that call? How do we bridge the gap between the you who is suffering and the you who is free? In order to do that, we must understand the machinery that connects the timelines. We must understand the receiver. We must understand your brain. Chapter 2: The Biological Receiver. For centuries, science told us that the brain is a generator. They told us that your thoughts, your ideas, and your consciousness are generated inside your head, produced by the firing of neurons, like steam produced by an engine. But the great geniuses of history disagreed. Nikola Tesla, the man who invented the 20th century, said, "My brain is only a receiver. In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration." Tesla knew the truth. Your brain is not a factory. Your brain is an antenna. It is a biological transceiver designed to tune into frequencies within the quantum field. When you have a thought, let's say a brilliant idea for a project, or a sudden visualization of yourself living in a beautiful house by the ocean, you did not create that thought, you received it. That thought is a transmission. It is a data packet sent from a specific coordinate in the block universe. And who sent it? This is where we return to quantum entanglement. In the subatomic world, when two particles interact, they become entangled. They share a wave function. They become one single object mathematically, even if they are separated by millions of miles. Now consider this. Every single atom in your body right now will also exist in your body 10 years from now. The cells regenerate, yes, but the energy pattern, the quantum signature, remains continuous. This means that the you of 2035 is quantumly entangled with the you of today. You are inextricably linked. You share the same wave function. When your future self feels an intense emotion, let's say the overwhelming joy of holding their soulmate's hand, or the profound peace of financial freedom, that emotion creates a massive spike in energy. It creates a quantum tremor. That tremor travels backward through the timeline. It ripples through the fabric of space-time and hits your antenna, your brain, right now in the present moment. This is what you call intuition. This is what you call a gut feeling. This is what you call a burning desire. Why do you think you have a sudden desire to move to a new city? Why do you suddenly feel the urge to quit your job? Why are you drawn to a specific book or a specific video like this one? You think it's random, but it is not random. It is your future self guiding you. Think of your future self as the air traffic controller in the tower. They can see the whole map. They can see the traffic jams. They can see the storms. You are the pilot in the cockpit, flying blind in the clouds. You can't see what's ahead. But you have a radio. The urges, the instincts, the sudden ideas, that is the voice of the controller. They are saying, turn left here, don't go there, talk to this person, read this book. They are guiding you along the path of least resistance to reach the coordinate where they exist. But here is the problem. Here is why so many chosen ones stay stuck in the 3D matrix loop, repeating the same year over and over. Your antenna is damaged. It is not broken, but it is jammed. It is filled with static noise. And what is the noise? The noise is fear. The noise is trauma. The limiting beliefs programmed into you by society. You are not good enough. Money is evil. Love is painful. Be realistic. These programs act like a thick layer of lead around your antenna. They block the high-frequency gamma signals coming from your future self. When the signal hits the lead, it scatters. You get the urge to change your life, but then the fear program kicks in and says, "What if I fail?" And you stay put. You get the idea for a creation, but the unworthiness program kicks in and says, "Who am I to do this?" And you stay silent. You are receiving the call, but you are letting the noise drown it out. And this is where the physical symptoms of the glitch come in. We talked about the anxiety, the ringing in the ears, the heart palpitations. This happens when the signal from the future is so strong, so urgent, that it tries to push through the resistance of your fear. Your future self is screaming at you, "Wake up, move, the door is open." But your 3D body is holding on to the old safety. This creates friction. High voltage meeting high resistance creates heat. It creates inflammation. It creates the sensation that your nervous system is frying. If you are feeling this internal pressure right now, I have good news for you. It means the connection is still there. It means your future self has not given up on you. They are turning up the volume. They are trying to override your 3D programming. And one of the most powerful tools they use to get your attention is the phenomenon of the pattern interrupt, the glitch. Have you ever looked at a clock and seen 11:11, 2:22, 3:33, 4:44, day after day? The skeptics will tell you it is confirmation bias. They will tell you it is a coincidence. But let's look at this through the lens of entanglement. Numbers are the language of the universe. Mathematics is the only objective truth. When you see these repeating numbers, you are seeing a moment of coherence in the chaotic static of the matrix. It is a ping. Imagine you're in a submarine deep underwater. You cannot see the surface, but you hear a ping on the sonar. That ping tells you that something is out there. 11:11 is the ping from your future self. It is a timestamp. It is a marker. When you see it, it's your future self saying, "We are aligned. At this exact second, you are on the right path. Keep going." It is a wink from across time. But there is a darker side to this receiver mechanism, because just as you can tune in to the frequency of your highest timeline, you can also accidentally tune into the frequency of a failed timeline. Remember, in the quantum field, all possibilities exist. There is a version of you that gave up. There is a version of you that let the fear win. There is a version of you that is bitter, sick, and lost. That version is also broadcasting. That version is broadcasting signals of doubt, signals of victimhood, signals of despair. And if your internal vibration matches their frequency, you will entangle with that future. You will begin to download their thoughts. You will begin to make their choices, and you will walk unconsciously into their reality. This is the war for your mind. It is a frequency war. Every single day, you are making a choice of which station to listen to. Are you listening to the station of your fear, the failed timeline? Or are you listening to the station of your hope, the ascended timeline? You cannot listen to both. The physics of interference won't allow it. To lock on to the signal of the future self, the one who is free, the one who is loved, you must learn to stabilize your receiver. You must learn the art of coherence. And this brings us to the paradox that confuses so many seekers. You ask, if I am already entangled with my future self, why is my current life still falling apart? Why am I still struggling to pay the bills? Why am I still crying myself to sleep? The answer lies in a mechanism called the time buffer, or the lag. Understanding this lag is the difference between giving up right before the miracle happens and breaking through to the other side. Let me explain why your reality seems to get worse right before it gets better. Chapter 3: The Isolation Paradox. We must now address the most painful symptom of the timeline shift. This is the part that no one warns you about. This is the reason why so many of you are watching this video alone in a dark room. It is the phenomenon of quantum decoherence, or, as you experience it, the Great Isolation. I know what your life looks like right now. I know that as you have started to wake up, as you have started to crave this deeper connection with the universe, your external reality has not flourished. In fact, it has likely collapsed. Long-term friendships have dissolved over trivial arguments. Family members you used to be close to have suddenly become hostile, distant, or cold. Perhaps the person sleeping next to you in bed feels like a stranger, separated from you by an ocean of silence. You ask yourself, if I am raising my vibration, why am I losing everyone? Shouldn't love and light bring people closer? Why is my life emptying out? The ego tells you that you are doing something wrong. It tells you that you are unlovable. It tells you that you are destined to be alone. But the ego is a liar. Physics holds the truth. In quantum mechanics, for a new entanglement to occur, the old entanglement must be broken. You cannot be tuned in to two different radio stations at the same time. For years, your relationships were built on trauma bonding. You bonded over shared complaints. You bonded over gossiping about the news. You bonded over the shared illusion of the matrix. Your frequencies were matched at a bandwidth of, let's say, 20 hertz, the frequency of survival. But now, you are tuning in to your future self. You are reaching for a bandwidth of 500 hertz, the frequency of authenticity. Here is the brutal law of resonance. Dissonant frequencies cannot occupy the same space without creating chaos. When you bring your new energy around your old connections, it creates destructive interference. You feel drained. They feel agitated. You get a headache just by listening to their conversations. They attack you, not because they are evil, but because your light triggers their shadow. Your freedom reminds them of their cage. So the universe, in its infinite intelligence, steps in. It initiates forced decoherence. It removes people from your life, sometimes gently, sometimes violently. This is not a punishment. This is a protection mechanism. Imagine you are a rocket ship preparing to leave the atmosphere. To reach orbit, you must drop the heavy booster rockets. If you hold on to them, their dead weight will drag you back down to Earth and you will crash. The people leaving your life are the boosters. They served a purpose. They got you off the ground, but they cannot go where you are going. And here is the specific message for the men listening to this. I know the silence in your house is deafening. I know the grief of a marriage ending or a partner leaving feels like a failure. But you must reframe this void. This emptiness is not a sign of lack. It is a sign of capacity. You are being hollowed out so you can be filled with something higher. Your future self, the one we are entangling with, is not alone. In that future timeline, you are surrounded by a soul tribe. People who don't just tolerate you, but celebrate you. People who speak the language of energy. People who you don't have to explain yourself to. But physics dictates that two objects cannot occupy the same space at the same time. You cannot meet your soul tribe while your house is filled with people who lower your vibration. You cannot meet your divine counterpart while you are holding on to a karmic relationship out of guilt. So the isolation you feel right now is the universe clearing the furniture. It is preparing the room for the guests of honor. Your job right now is not to chase what is leaving. Your job is to stand in the center of the empty room and hold the frequency. Grieve if you must, cry if you need to, but do not lower your vibration to try to save the old connections. You cannot wake someone who is pretending to be asleep, and if you go back to sleep just to keep them company, you betray your future self. Stand your ground. The silence is not empty. It is pregnant with the future. Chapter 4. Signs of Entanglement. The glitches. If the isolation is the cost of entry, then the glitches are the road signs that tell you you are on the right path. The matrix is not a perfect system. It is a programmed reality, and when a consciousness within it begins to upgrade, the software starts to lag. We talked about 1111, but the signs of entanglement go much deeper than numbers. As you lock on to the signal of your future self, you will begin to experience phenomena that defy logic. First, the perception of thinness. Have you walked into a grocery store or your office and suddenly felt like the world around you was fake? Like a movie set made of cardboard? You look at people going through their routines and they seem robotic. The colors seem slightly off. The sounds seem distant. This is called derealization in psychology, but in quantum mysticism, we call it the veil thinning. You are no longer fully rendering the 3D simulation. Your consciousness is straddling two dimensions. You are seeing the code behind the curtain. Do not be afraid of this. It means you are waking up from the dream. Second, the ringing, the download. We mentioned the ringing in the ears, but let's be specific. This often happens when you are thinking about your purpose, or when you are in a state of high emotion. Suddenly, a high-pitched tone, usually in the left ear. This is information. It is a zip file of data from your higher self. You might not understand it consciously yet, but your DNA understands it. Your subconscious is unpacking it. Next time it happens, don't shake your head. Stop. Listen. Ask, what am I downloading? Third, the timeline bleed-through, the déjà rêvé. This is different from déjà vu. Déjà rêvé is the distinct feeling that you dreamed this moment before it happened. You are in a conversation and suddenly you realize, I saw this in my sleep 3 months ago. This proves that time is not linear. In the dream state, or theta delta waves, your consciousness floated down the block universe, saw the future coordinate, and brought that memory back to the present. You are a time traveler. You just haven't learned how to control the machine yet. Fourth, the manifestation lag, the echo. This is the trickiest sign. You decide to change. You affirm abundance, and immediately you get a massive bill. You affirm health, and you get the flu. Why? This is the echo of the old signal. Think of the night sky. Many of the stars you see are already dead, but their light is still traveling to Earth. You are seeing the past. When you change your frequency, your 3D reality takes time to catch up. The bad things happening now are just the dead stars of your past thoughts finally arriving.
The chosen one sees the bad luck and smiles. You realize this is just the old code flushing out. You don't react, you let it pass, and you keep your eyes on the new star. These signs are your confirmation. They are the universe saying, "I hear you." The request is processed. The download is initiating. Chapter 5: Interference and the Ego. Now we arrive at the mechanics of failure. If the signs are there, if the connection is real, why do you still fail to shift? Why do you have a week of high vibration followed by a month of crashing depression? Why does the law of attraction seem to work for everyone else, but not for you? The answer lies in a physics concept called interference. Imagine you are throwing a stone into a calm lake. It creates a beautiful, perfect ripple. That is a clear signal. Now imagine you throw a stone, but at the same time, someone else throws a handful of gravel into the water. The ripples crash into each other. They distort. They cancel each other out. The water just becomes chaotic. This is what is happening in your energy field. Your conscious mind, the pilot, is throwing the stone of desire. You are saying, "I want to be wealthy. I want to be loved." But your subconscious mind, the autopilot, is throwing the gravel of fear. It is screaming, "It's not safe. You're not good enough. You'll be rejected." These two signals, desire and fear, are broadcasting simultaneously. In physics, when a peak meets a valley, they create zero. They cancel out. This is why your life isn't changing. You are pressing the gas and the brake at the same time. The engine is roaring, but the car isn't moving. You are just burning out. This subconscious noise comes from the ego. But let's redefine the ego. The ego is not bad. The ego is a survival program. It was designed to keep you safe in a dangerous, primitive world. It loves familiarity. To the ego, safe means the same. Even if the same is painful, even if the same is loneliness, the ego prefers it because it is predictable. The unknown, even if it is the heaven you dream of, is perceived by the ego as a threat. So every time you try to connect with your future self, every time you try to jump timelines, the ego pulls the emergency brake. It floods your body with cortisol. It creates self-sabotage. It makes you procrastinate. It is trying to save you from the death of the old identity. Most people mistake this resistance for a sign that they should stop. They think, "Oh, this feels hard. It must not be meant for me." No, the resistance is the proof. You only feel air resistance when you are moving fast. You only feel the ego fighting back when you are about to break through the prison wall. If you want to stop the interference, you cannot fight the ego. Fighting it just adds more noise. You must bypass it. You must learn to broadcast a signal that is so coherent, so pure, and so laser-focused that it cuts through the static noise of the ego like a hot knife through butter. You need a new transmitter.
Chapter 6: Heart-Brain Coherence. For centuries, we thought the brain was the commander. We thought that if we just thought positive, reality would change. But recent discoveries in neurocardiology have revealed a stunning secret. The electromagnetic field of the heart is 60 times greater in amplitude than the brain, and it is 5,000 times stronger magnetically. Let that sink in. Your brain is a whisper. Your heart is a megaphone. If your brain is thinking, "I am abundant," but your heart is feeling the tight constriction of anxiety and lack, guess which signal the quantum field obeys? It obeys the megaphone. It obeys the heart. This explains why affirmations often fail. You are trying to override a magnetic field with an electric thought. It's like trying to stop a freight train with a feather. To successfully entangle with your future self, you must achieve a state called heart-brain coherence. This is the state where the rhythm of your heart aligns perfectly with the brain waves of your mind. When this happens, you stop broadcasting static. You start broadcasting a laser. The signal becomes pure. And when the signal is pure, the quantum field has no choice but to collapse into the reality you are observing. So, how do we achieve this? It is not about forcing your mind to be quiet. It is about using the body to hack the mind. It begins with the breath, but not just any breath, the quantum pause. When you are stressed, your heart beats erratically. This creates a jagged waveform. It signals danger to the universe. But when you slow your breath to a rhythm of 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, something magical happens physiologically. The vagus nerve stimulates the heart. The heart rhythm smooths out into a sine wave, and this sine wave travels up the spinal column and literally synchronizes the neurons in your brain. In this state, you are no longer a fragmented human being fighting yourself. You are a unified antenna. And it is in this state, and only in this state, that you can dial the coordinates of the future. You do not visualize the future with your brain alone. That is just daydreaming. You must feel the future with your heart. You must remember the feeling of the future as if it were a memory. How does your future self feel right now? They are not anxious. They are not rushing. They are calm. They are certain. They feel a deep, resonant gratitude, not for what is coming, but for what is already here. The secret code to the universe is not, "I want." The secret code is "thank you." Gratitude is the chemical signature of an event that has already happened. When you feel gratitude for your future before you see it, you are hacking the matrix. You are tricking the universe into believing the event has occurred. And because the universe is a mirror, it must reflect that event back to you in the physical world. This is the mechanics of miracles. And now we are going to put this into practice. We are going to stop talking about the theory, and we are going to initiate the sequence. We are going to open the portal. I want you to prepare yourself. We are going to cross the bridge of time.
Chapter 7. Breaking the Old Contract. Shadow Work. We are now approaching the final barrier, the barrier that separates the dreamer from the creator. You have understood the physics. You have recognized the signs. You have stopped fighting the ego. But there is one heavy chain still wrapped around your ankle. It is an invisible contract you signed a long time ago. A contract that keeps you anchored in the 3D timeline, no matter how much you visualize the 5D future. This contract is your identity as a victim. I say this with deep compassion, but also with the sharpness of a surgeon's knife. You are addicted to your own suffering. In the 3D matrix, suffering is currency. If you are a victim, you get attention. If you are a victim, you don't have to take responsibility. If you are a victim, you have a valid excuse for why you are not shining. Your old self, the version of you that is lonely, broke, or stuck, has built an entire personality around these wounds. I am the one who was abandoned. I am the one who never gets a break. I am the one who is misunderstood. You repeat these stories to your friends. You replay them in your head like a broken record. And because the universe is a giant Xerox machine, it hears your story and says, "Okay, here is more abandonment. Here is more bad luck. Here is more misunderstanding." You are using your quantum power to recreate the past over and over again. To entangle with your future self, you must do the terrifying work of identity suicide. You must kill the version of you that loves to be the victim. This is what we call shadow work. It is not just about crying over childhood trauma. It is about looking at that trauma and saying, "This happened for me, not to me." It is about realizing that the pain was the chisel that carved you into the chosen one. If you want to jump to the timeline where you are powerful, you cannot drag the heavy luggage of poor me through the portal. The portal is too narrow. Only you can fit. Your stories cannot. You have to make a choice right now, a binary choice. Do you want your story or do you want your future? You cannot have both. If you choose the future, you must cut the anchor. You must forgive the people who hurt you, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free of the connection. Every grudge you hold is a quantum cord tying you to the person you hate. It keeps you entangled with their low frequency. Forgiveness is the scissors. It severs the cord. It releases the balloon. And now, we are going to perform a ritual of release. We are going to lighten the ship so it can rise. I want you to think of the one thing that is weighing heaviest on your heart right now. Is it a person? Is it a memory? Is it a fear of failure? Visualize that weight as a heavy black stone in your hand. Feel its coldness. Feel how tired your arm is from holding it for 20 years. Your future self is standing in front of you, waiting to take your hand. But they cannot take it while you are holding that stone. Are you willing to drop it? If the answer is yes, I want you to physically command your subconscious mind to let go. Go to the comments right now and type a single word, release. Don't overthink it, just type it. As you hit enter, imagine that stone falling from your hand and dissolving into light. Feel the lightness in your arm. Feel the space that has just opened up. That space is where the miracle enters. Now that you are light, now that you are open, you are ready to execute the jump. What I am about to share with you is the Quantum Jump Protocol. It is a method of active meditation that bypasses the linear time buffer and collapses the wave function of your future self into your present biology. This is not daydreaming. This is not wishful thinking. This is neurological engineering. We are going to use the mechanism of heart-brain coherence to create a magnetic field so strong that it bends space-time,
pulling the future to you. Here are the rules of the jump. Rule number 1, disengage from the senses. To go to the 5D, you must leave the 3D. You cannot look at your current bank account and feel abundant. You cannot look at your empty bed and feel loved. You must close your eyes and withdraw your attention from the environment. You must become no one, nowhere, in no time. You must enter the void. Rule number 2, emotional calibration. You cannot find a new frequency with an old emotion. You cannot find the future self with the emotion of wanting. Wanting implies lack. You must find the frequency of having. How would you breathe if you already had it? How would you walk? How would your facial muscles relax? You must rehearse this feeling until it becomes familiar. Rule number 3, the merge. You do not watch your future self from a distance. You step into them. You put on their skin. You look through their eyes. You become the protagonist of the movie, not the audience. We are going to do this together now. I am going to guide you into the quantum room. I am going to introduce you to the version of you who has been waiting for this moment. Do not listen to this while driving. Sit or lie down. Put on headphones if you can. This is not a simulation. This is an activation. Let us begin.
The guided visualization, meeting your future self. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your lungs, holding it at the top, and release with a long, slow sigh out through your mouth. Let go of the day. Let go of the room you are in. Let go of your name. Let go of your history. Imagine you are floating in a vast, endless space of velvet blackness. There are no stars, no sounds, just the peaceful, infinite silence of the void. You are safe here. You are weightless. You are pure consciousness. In the distance, you see a door standing in the middle of the darkness. The frame of the door is made of pure, pulsating light. You float towards this door. You know with a deep certainty that on the other side of this threshold lies the timeline you have been dreaming of, the timeline where the struggle is over. You reach the door. You place your hand on the handle. It feels warm. It vibrates with electricity. On the count of 3, you are going to open the door and step through. 1. You are ready to leave the old you behind. 2. Your heart is beating with excitement. 3. Open the door. Step through. Step into the light. As your eyes adjust, you find yourself in a beautiful place. Maybe it is a house by the ocean. Maybe it is a forest. Maybe it is a quiet room filled with books. This is the sanctuary of your future self. Look around. Notice the details. What do you see? Notice the colors. Are they vivid? Notice the light. Is it soft and golden? What do you smell? Is it the salty air, the scent of rain, the smell of old paper?
Engage your senses. Make it real. Now, you sense a presence. Someone is here with you. You turn around, and there, standing just a few feet away, is you. But it is not the you who is tired. It is not the you who is afraid. It is the you who has made it. Look at them. Look at their face. They look younger, lighter. The lines of stress are gone from their forehead. Their eyes are sparkling with a deep, unshakable peace. They are smiling at you, a smile of total love, a smile that says, "I knew you would come." Walk towards them. They reach out their hands. You reach out yours. Touch their hands. Feel the warmth of their skin. Feel the solidity of their grip. This is not a ghost. This is physics. This is you. As you hold their hands, you feel a rush of energy travel from their palms into yours. It is a golden current of electricity. It travels up your arms, into your shoulders, and straight into your heart. This is the download. They are transferring their code to you. They are giving you their memories. Feel what they feel. Feel the relief. The heavy burden is gone. The fight is over. Feel the abundance, the knowing that there is always enough. Feel the love, the feeling of being completely safe and cherished. Breathe it in. Now, step closer. Step right up to them until you can feel their breath. And now, turn around and back into them. Step back and merge. Slide into their body like you are putting on a perfect fitting suit. Line up your feet with their feet. Line up your hands with their hands. Line up your heart with their heart. Snap. You are in. You are them. Open your new eyes. Look out at the world through the eyes of your future self. How does it feel to be this confident? How does it feel to be this healthy? How does it feel to know that everything worked out? Take a deep breath with your new lungs. Feel your new heart beating in your chest. Boom, 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 boom. Strong, steady, magnetic. Say to yourself inside your mind, I am here. I am this. Stay in this feeling. Memorize it. This is your new baseline. This is the frequency you will carry back with you. In a moment, I'm going to count you back to the room, but you will not come back alone. You are bringing this version of you back with you. You are grafting this timeline onto your present reality. 5. Feeling your physical body in the chair. 4. Wiggling your fingers and toes. 3. Bringing the golden energy with you. 2. Taking a deep waking breath. 1. Open your eyes. Welcome back. Look around your room. It might look the same, but you are not the same. You have shifted. You have collapsed the wave. You might feel a little disoriented. You might feel heavy, or light, or emotional. This is normal. This is the time lag we talked about. Your biology is adjusting to the new software. Do not let the 3D world fool you. The reality you just experienced in that visualization is the real world. The world you see with your eyes is just the shadow of the past. You have planted the seed. Now you must trust the soil. You do not need to dig it up every day to check if it is growing. You do not need to worry. The bridge has been built. The connection is established. Your future self is now entangled with you. They will guide you. When you get a hunch to go somewhere, go. When you get an idea to create something, create it. When you feel the urge to leave a toxic situation, leave. That is them pulling the rope, pulling you home. You are no longer alone. You never were. You are the chosen one. You are the system buster. You are the bridge between the timelines. But remember, to keep this connection clear, to keep the signal strong, there is one final step you must master. You must learn to cut the cords of the past completely. You must learn the ancient Hawaiian art of correcting the error in your thoughts. In the next transmission, we are going to dive into the technology of radical forgiveness and the Ho'oponopono method. We are going to show you how to clean your hard drive so that no virus can ever block your signal again. If you are ready to be free, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you have clicked the bell. Until then, watch the signs, trust the glitches, and remember, I am you. I am the Matrix 963. Shift.